Hello friends and welcome to our channel Astrologia, where we share the divine knowledge of Vedic Jyotish. I Manjushri welcome you all to our channel Astrologia. Friends, today we shall discuss another important and interesting topic of Jyotish which will help us in deciphering a chart more accurately. Today we will discuss Vimshottari Dasha. Dasha means a stage or condition of life or border or hem. We all know that change is the only constant in life. We are therefore bound to undergo changes as we go through the different phases of our life. The basic promise of the chart is distributed in different time zones in our life. Any event that manifests at a particular specific time is called Dasha. Whatever happens in our life is governed by the Dashas. The promise of the chart tells us about the events that we are going to experience in our life, and the Dashas tell us when a particular event is going to manifest. Every planet that is in motion in the universe will impart its qualities during its Dasha period. Dashas indicate when the native will experience a particular event depending on his or her past life karmas. Dasha is the period when the unfolding of karmas happen and one tends to experience the result of their karmas, both good or bad. The result of the fruit experienced in this life is due to the fruit that has ripened for this present lifetime and has to be experienced by the native. It is called the Prarabdha. Friends, you must have noticed that some people may easily achieve their desired goals in their life, whereas some people may struggle and face challenges in achieving their desired goals. This is due to the karma of the individual. The static promise of the chart is the summation of all the events of life and the dynamic assessment in the estimated time when the promised event will fructify. Hence, the dashas are extremely important in the timing of events. At what stage the native will experience a particular event? In Vedic Jyotish, there are about 32 types of dashas. To name some of them, they are Kal Chakra Dasha, Yogini Dasha, Ashtotri Dasha, Nakshatra Dasha, Vimshottari Dasha, etc. Today we will focus on the most used dasha which helps us in precisely timing of the events, that is the Vimshottari Dasha. Each dasha has a unique method of allocating time periods over the course of life. Sage Parashar has described Vimshottari Dasha in Brihad Parashar Hora Shastra, that is BPHS, along with other dashas. Friends, Vimshottari Dasha takes into account 120 years of lifespan. In this scheme of 120 years cycle, there are 10 cycles of Jupiter, as one orbit of Jupiter is of 12 years. Friends, now let us understand the meaning of Vimshottari Dasha. Vim means 20, Shotri means 100, and all the Navgrahas or the 9 planets of the solar system are assigned a particular time period, and each time period differs. The start of Vimshottari Dasha is taken from the position of the moon in the chart. By now we all know that the moon traverses the zodiac through one nakshatra each day. At birth, the moon will be in a particular nakshatra in an individual's chart. The ruler of the nakshatra decides the dasha at birth which is considered as the first dasha. Depending on how much the moon has travelled in the zodiac, which decides how many years balance is remaining for the dasha at birth. Dasha starts from the moon. The Vimshottari Dasha is always in the following order, beginning from the sun, followed by moon, then comes Mars Dasha, then Rahu, then Jupiter, followed by Saturn, Mercury, Ketu and Venus. Each planet is designated with a fixed number of years. The Dasha periods are as follows. The Dasha period for Sun is 6 years. The Moon has a Dasha period of 10 years. Mars 7 years, Rahu 18 years, Jupiter 16 years, Saturn 19 years, Mercury 17 years, Ketu 7 years and Venus 20 years, sums to a total of 120 years. From the Dasha, one can understand the unfolding of karmas. During the Dasha, the energy of that particular planet will get activated whose Dasha period is running at a given point of time. In Vimshottari Dasha, the Dasha starts with a Mahadasha, which is a long period of time. Within the Mahadasha, there are smaller subsets or sub-periods which are embedded in the Mahadasha. Basically, there are 5 levels of Dashas, smaller periods embedded within the bigger Dasha periods, which means there are Dashas that are divided into smaller modules to understand the exact timing of the event. The order of the Dasha is as follows. The main Dasha is the Mahadasha, in which there is a sub-period of Antardasha. In Antardasha, there is a sub-period of Pratyantar Dasha. Within the Pratyantar Dasha, there is Sukshma Dasha, and finally, within this Sukshma Dasha, there is Prana Dasha. For example, when someone says, I am in Venus Sun Dasha, it implies that the native is running the Mahadasha of the planet Venus and the Antardasha of the planet Sun during that period in time. Friends, Antardasha is also called as Bhukti. On the start of any Mahadasha, the Antardasha will be divided proportionally. For example, on the start of Venus Mahadasha, the Antardasha will be divided proportionally and the main Dasha Lord will be Venus. The energy of Venus will be prominent throughout the Venus Dasha. As Venus Dasha is 20 years, the timing of Antardasha will be distributed proportionately. Antardasha are the shorter periods of time. The sequence of the dashas will be same as in Mahadasha, which means for Venus Mahadasha, the sub-period will be starting from Venus, followed by Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury and Ketu. Friends, each birth chart comprises of the complete data of one's karma. The Dasha decodes the unfolding of karmas at a particular time. It notifies which is the fruit or result of karma going to be experienced by the individual as per the promise of the chart. It is during the Dasha period that the fruits of the karma, whether good or bad, are released through the involved planet. The Mahadasha gives us a broader picture of the promise of the chart. For more details, one needs to magnify and look deeper into the smaller periods that are the Antardasha, Pratyantar Dasha, so on and so forth. For a precise view, one needs to zoom in to take a closer look at the events manifesting in individual's life in the relatively smaller periods of dasha. Some important points to be kept in mind while examining a chart. One needs to look at the nakshatra lord and its placement in the chart. Also, one needs to look at the navmansh, that is the D9 chart. One can also look at other divisional charts for specific spheres of life. For example, for education, one can examine the D24 chart. For career, one can examine the D10 chart. Also, one needs to check the natal moon's position and strength in the chart in question. Friends, one more important thing to be kept in mind is one also needs to understand the Chhidra Dasha, which occurs or is a period at the beginning and at the end of each dasha. It is like a worn out piece of cloth. Every dasha period is unstable during its transition. That is in the beginning and at the end of the dasha. The energies are unstable as the planet is exhausted. It is said that one should not take important decisions during the Chhidra Dasha. Moving forward, after Venus Dasha comes the Sun Dasha. The Sun is a sterling god who is dedicated towards the betterment of the entire universe. The light and heat of the Sun is instrumental in sustaining life on Earth. The Sun possesses a benign magnanimity. Accordingly, one can prepare oneself for the upcoming dasha, bearing in mind the forthcoming winds of change in his life. Also, doing remedies would help depending on the tone of the chart and the planetary placements, etc. So friends, today we learned about Vimshottari Dasha in astrology. In our forthcoming videos, we shall discuss another important topic of astrology, so stay tuned. Friends, if you like this video, please hit the like button and do share your comments. Friends, if you want us to make a video on a specific topic of astrology, then you may please mention it in the comment section. Do subscribe to our channel, and for more updates, please press the bell icon to be the first to see our videos as soon as they are posted. This is Manjushri signing off. Thank you for watching.